First, let me explain today the Selenium grid concept. The Selenium grid. So what is the purpose of the grid? What is the purpose of the Selenium grid? Anyone?
To run multiple test,
Run.
multiple browsers at a time.
The automation test cases created, I want to run on different browsers parallelly, simultaneously. Supposing at a shot, at one time, I want to run the test case on Firefox, Chrome, Safari, or some other browser simultaneously. To execute your automation test case on multiple browsers simultaneously, we make use of Selenium Grid. Okay. The concept is majorly there are two components involved in the grid environment. Actually, in real time, this concept will be executed in a networking environment. You need a networking environment to run this concept, but we'll simulate on a single machine how to do this. There are majorly two components involved in the grid, hub and nodes. Node 1, node 2, node 3, or node n, whatever it may be. All computers should be in a networking environment. What is a hub machine? A centralized computer system like a server which distributes the test cases to the node machines. What is a node machine? A client computer where you configure on which browser you want to run your test cases. Say I want to run my test case on Firefox on computer 1, Chrome on the computer 2, Safari on the computer 3. First, we need to configure the nodes to execute the test case on a specified browser. Then we have to configure the hub machine. Supply the test cases to the node machine. For example, the test case 1, login test case. Hub distribute the test case 1 to node 1. Hub distribute the test case 1 to node 2. Same test case 1 will be supplied to node 3. Meaning, in the first node, login test case will be executing on the Firefox. On the second node, login test case executing on the Chrome. On the third node, login test case executing on the Safari browser simultaneously. Finally, to run our automation test case on multiple browsers simultaneously, we make use of Selenium Grid Hub. Clear about this? Let me explain the technicals. Here, first we need to create the hub machine. Then you need to configure the node machines to run our automation test case on the different browsers. First, note down this diagram. I'll give the brief notes, then we go with the technicals today. Selenium Grid. Take the notes about it. Selenium Grid. You note down this diagram, I'll give the notes. Take this diagram, I'll give you the notes. Grid. There are two components involved in the Selenium Grid, hub and node machines. Take the notes about it. Selenium Grid Selenium Grid used to run test cases on multiple browsers simultaneously. To execute automation test cases on various browsers simultaneously, you can make use of the grid. There are two components involved in the Selenium grid: hub, the node. What is a hub? A server which distributes your test cases to nodes, to node missions for execution. Hub is a centralized computer that distributes the test cases to the node missions for execution. What is a node mission? A client mission where you configure on which browser you want to run your test cases. On which browser you want to run your test cases will be configured here. Okay. There are two major steps involved in, two technical steps involved in doing this. First step, we have to configure hub mission. How to configure, I'll teach you. Second step, you have to configure node missions for different browsers. Let's see this. How to configure a hub mission? First, we have to go to the command prompt. Then you have to type a command in the command prompt. What is the command? Java-jar. If you want to run any executable jar file from the command prompt, if you want to run any executable jar file from the command prompt, see, Selenium is an executable jar file. I want to run the Selenium from the command prompt. Java-jar, you have to give the Selenium jar file path. You have to give the Selenium jar file path. There is an option, role argument. Execute the Selenium from the command prompt with a role hub. First, let me do this. To teach this, I'm going to command prompt in my mission. Oh. Now, this is my system command prompt. Java-jar. You have to provide the Selenium jar file location. Maybe in this folder, in my system C drive, I have a folder Selenium work. In this folder, I have the Selenium jar file. -row hub. When you run this command from the command prompt, You get the message, Selenium Grid Hub is up and running. Nodes can register to this URL. I received the message here, Selenium Grid Hub is up and running. You have to go to the command prompt on your machine, java-jar space, give the Selenium jar file location, wherever Selenium jar file available in your machine, give the Selenium jar file path, -role, Selenium role as hub machine. You receive the message, Selenium Grid Hub is up and running. The nodes can register to this hub using this URL. Here 192.168.1.11 is my system IP address, my computer IP address. Generally, in place of this, I can go for localhost also, localhost. By default, hub services will be registered and running on the port number 4444. Grid register. These are URL you can use to connect a client mission, node mission to the hub mission. It is for executing the test cases, we'll see. Now see, I'm copying this. I'll open some browser, any one of the browser, your choice. Give that URL. If I click console, grid console will be displayed. Or in place of, because it is my system IP address, if you give this IP address, it won't work on your computer. Better go for localhost. Localhost : port number 4444, grid console. This is your system grid console. As of now, no clients are connected to the grid hub. As of now, clients or nodes are not yet registered. These are URL you can use to view the grid console. Once it is registered, to view grid console, you can use this URL. Open some browser, any browser, that's your option, and give this URL. Please confirm the first step is understood. If you want to give a try on your computer, you can try. You go to the command prompt on your machine, java-jar space, java space -jar, give the Selenium jar file path available in your machine, wherever it is, -role hub. You please try to execute this command on your machine. You execute this command and confirm me. And go to command prompt, then type java-jar, give the Selenium jar file path, wherever available in your machine, -role hub. I'm waiting for your confirmation. If you confirm, then I proceed further. Go to the command prompt on your machine, type the command java-jar space, wherever Selenium jar file available in your machine, give that location, -role hub. You receive the message, Selenium Grid Hub is up and running. Yes, Aishwarya. Kavita Gayatri, Manikumar. Anybody executed this? Venkat, you can unmute the people to talk. Anyone?
Done, sir.
What's your name? Has anybody executed this command? Yes, Kavita? What happened? You're not able to talk or what? Venkat? Yes,
Sir.
Kavita.
Hello.
Done, sir.
It's working, right?
Sir, it's working.
Okay. You receive the message, Selenium Grid Hub is up and running. See, you get your computer IP address. This is my system IP address. Okay? Don't use this IP address. In place of this, you have to use your mission IP address or local host. By default, Grid Hub services will be running on the port number 4444. So what you can do, you can copy this, open some browser, Grid console to view the console. As of now, no nodes are registered to the hub mission. Now let me teach you how to configure the node missions. How to configure the node mission to execute the test case on a particular browser. Configuring and connecting the node to the hub mission. Right, how to do this? Here, you go to open another command prompt because we are practicing this stuff on the same mission, but actually in real time, you maintain multi-computer networking environment. In the real time, we do this in a networking environment. This is a server mission. It is a node mission. One node, one computer I'll utilize to configure that on Firefox. Another computer I'll utilize and I configure to run my test case on Chrome, similarly on IE or Safari or whatever. But here we are practicing this on the same computer. So then what I can do, I'll open another command prompt, one more command prompt. Another command prompt. Assumption, this command prompt is a node mission, first node mission. This command prompt, this is the hub mission, it is the node mission, that is the assumption. Now, here I'll tell you. Go to command prompt, then type see here. For different browsers I'm explaining, first let me go for the Firefox. I want to configure one node to run my automation test case on the Firefox. How? Java hyphen D WebDriver dot Gecko dot driver. You know about Gecko driver is a plugin for Firefox equal to you can specify Gecko driver exe file path. You have to give Gecko driver exe file path wherever the Gecko driver available in your machine. Hyphen job. Then provide Selenium jar file path. Selenium jar file path. I'm continuing here. Actually, you have to write in a single line. Selenium jar file path. Hyphen role. WebDriver. Role as WebDriver. Hyphen port. We can give the port number. One moment, sorry. Hyphen role, WebDriver, hyphen hub. We have to give the hub details. See, nodes should register to this URL. These are node registered URL. Nodes can register to this URL. This I'll copy. I'll give here. You don't use this as it is. It is my system IP address. Or in place of this, I can go for localhost so that this will work on your machine also. Register. Register on the port number. Give some other port number. In 4444, already grid services are running. I'm using some other port number, 5555. Continuation. Hyphen browser. Hyphen browser. A browser name equal to Firefox, comma, max instances equal to some number, 10. How many instances of the Firefox you want to register? 10. This command you can type in the node mission, which you want to utilize for executing test case on your Firefox. Let me do this. Java hyphen D WebDriver dot Gecko dot driver equal to, I'll give the location where the Gecko driver available in my machine. In my C drive, Selenium work, I have the Gecko driver.exe. Then hyphen job, I'll give the location where the Selenium jar file is available. Then hyphen role, WebDriver. This system role as WebDriver. This system I'm connecting to, registering to this URL. Actually, in place of this IP address, you have to give the IP address of your system, or simply I can give localhost. Don't give the same IP address, it is my system IP address. In place of this IP address, you can use localhost or your system IP address, whatever generated here. Simple, you can just copy and paste it to register. Hyphen hub, this is the register URL. You are registering your node mission to the hub mission by giving the register URL. Register on the port number, give some other port number, say 5555. Hyphen browser, browser name equal to Firefox, comma, max instances equal to some number, 10. I'll run this command. Here I receive the message. The node is registered to the hub and ready to use. The node is registered to the hub and ready to use. Now, if you go to your grid console, refresh it. What happened? Please observe now. On the port number 5555, 10 instance of the Firefox was registered. My node mission was registered here. The node what you have registered, the node is registered to the hub and ready to use. It's appearing in the grid console. Please confirm you understand this process. I'm explaining you the first environment setup. Then we talk about the script. Script is very simple one. Please confirm you understand this process.
Yes.
This command, no doubt, you have to spend some time to understand this command. Java-D webdriver.gecko.driver equal to, you have to give the gecko driver exe file path, -job, selenium jar file path, -role, webdriver, hub register URL on the port number for the Firefox browser. I given some 10 instances. Why the number I'll explain. 10. The same way, I want to go for the Chrome. The command will be like this. Java-D webdriver.chrome.driver equal to, you have to give Chrome driver exe file path, -job, the selenium jar file path, and continuation. After giving selenium jar file path, -role, webdriver, -hub, you have to give the hub server register URL. Hub server URL, I'll say register URL, -port, some port number we can give like this, -browser, -browser, browser name equal to this time Chrome, comma, max instances equal to some number I given 5. 5 instances of the Chrome will be registered. So for doing this, we are doing it on the same mission. So open another command prompt. Every command prompt you are opening, we have to assume it is another client mission. Then type this command. Now, to do this, I'm opening another command prompt. Assumption it is another client mission, another node mission. Here I type the command Java-D webdriver.chrome.driver equal to, I'll specify the location where the Chrome driver available in my machine. Here I have the Chrome driver. -jar. I give the location where the Selenium available in my machine. Then -role, WebDriver is the role. -hub, I'll give the hub register URL. Nodes can register to this URL. This URL. -port, some other unique port number. -browser, browser name equal to Chrome, comma, max instances equal to some number, say 5. I run this. We received the message. The node is registered to the hub and ready to use for execution. Once you get this message, you just refresh your grid console. See, 10 instances of the Firefox is available, ready to use. 5 instances of the Chrome browser available, ready to run the test cases. This is node 1. I'll say this is a node 1. It is node 2. All nodes we can view in the grid console. Like this Safari, IE, any number of nodes you can configure. You got the concept? Right. Now, environment part setup part is done. This is how you can configure hub mission and node mission. This is the environment you have to configure first, then you can execute your test case on this environment. Simultaneously, you can execute the test case on Firefox, also Chrome. I'll explain how to do that. To teach this topic, in my project demo, I have a folder called demos. In this, I'm creating a class, grid demo test. For this project, let me associate even TestNG also. I want to use those annotations. Java, Selenium. I'm associating even TestNG also. Finish. Now, supposing this is my method. Here, launch application. Now here, the Selenium provided desired capabilities. and remote WebDriver classes to execute test cases in grid environment. To run your test case on the grid environment, Selenium offered two classes, desired capabilities and remote WebDriver. Okay. What is these desired capabilities? This class provided some methods. It is used to configure on which browser you want to run your test cases. It is used to configure your QA environment. Remote WebDriver used to run the test case on a remote machine, that is hub machine. Let's see how to use them. Desired capabilities. Desired capabilities. One of the Selenium class. Desired capabilities, one of the Selenium class. Now, I'll create an object for this class. Cap is my object name equal to new desired capabilities. Because the desired capabilities class provided some non-static methods to configure the QA environment. Here I created an object for the class desired capabilities. And here, there is a method set browser name. There is a method set browser name. It is used to configure on which browser you want to run your test cases. For example, I want to run my test case on Chrome. I want to execute my test case on Chrome browser this time. Then, here, I have a class remote WebDriver. Remote WebDriver. WebDriver run the test case on the local machine. Remote WebDriver class used to execute the test case on a remote machine. Here the remote machine meaning this hub machine. I'm creating an object for the remote WebDriver class. Remote WebDriver driver equal to new remote WebDriver. Access the remote WebDriver with hub URL as hub URL, one constructor, capabilities, another constructor. Here you have to give the remote address in the form of URL, then capabilities. Here I'm creating a object for the URL, maybe my variable name, hub URL equal to new URL. You can give your hub URL. If you go back to your hub mission, Selenium Grid hub mission, client should connect to this URL for execution. It is register URL. It is execution URL. I'm copying this. This I'll give you in my code. This is my hub URL through which I want to run the test cases. In place of remote address, I'll give the variable hub URL. and capabilities, my object name, cap. Maybe this URL is a wrong format. We need to add an exception, malformed URL exception. So first you go through this code as of now, then I'll continue. We created an object for the desired capabilities. There is a method set browser name. I configured Chrome. In order to run your automation test case on the hub mission, we have to use remote WebDriver class because it's a remote mission. WebDriver will run the test case on the local mission. Remote WebDriver used to run the test case on remote mission available in the networking environment. You have to give the hub URL, the remote system URL, it is hub URL, and which capabilities. Then here I'm writing the code, driver.get my application under test URL. For example, rnhrm.qatek.com. I'm giving something. Now, let's assume this is a small test case I'm creating. Launch application test. These I'm configuring with @test annotation. Done. Now, let me run this now. I'll run this now. Where it has to run the test case now? On which browser it has to run now? Chrome browser. It's saying it was executed. Just executing. If you run on the same computer, it takes lots of time. Sometimes it will not connect properly, maybe because of the firewall settings or whatever. Just a minute. If any security settings are on, it won't work. So let me try on the Chrome. Sorry, Firefox. See, we don't have any issue, but as I'm running from the same computer, it's taking time. It's saying session executing, not completed. Actually, it has to run the test case on the appropriate browser. Okay. Just, I'll do one thing, friends. I will, disconnect the hub and nodes. I'll recreate. Let me try. I'll go to the command prompt. What is this node mission? This node mission. This node mission is a Chrome browser node. When you press Control and C together, oh, the Chrome driver, only local connections are allowed. One moment. Anyhow, I close it. Same way, I'll go to Firefox node and I press Control C. I cleared it. I'll go to my hub mission, press Control C. And now it is opened. Everything is cleared. When I refresh, because I disconnected the node missions, it is saying unable to connect because I disconnected all the node missions. Let me establish it once again. Let me do it once again. First, once again, I want to create my hub mission. Java-Java. Selenium jar file location. -role hub. Once again, I am creating the hub mission. The Selenium grid hub is up and running. This is the nodes register URL. clients can connect to this URL to execute. Okay. I open another command prompt. This time, let me try another way. Java-D WebDriver dot gecko dot driver equal to, I'm giving the location of the gecko driver exe file. Here I have gecko driver -d WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver equal to, I'm giving the Chrome driver location. I'm configuring another way this time. The Chrome driver.exe file -jar, the Selenium jar file path, -role WebDriver -her, the register URL, and some port number. 8888 something I'm giving. Let's check. I'll go to the grid console. I'll open some browser. Grid console. Something is configured like this. See, at one shot also we can configure. Previously, I configured as multiples. In one command also you can configure like this. In one command also, at one shot also we can configure multiple browsers. It's actually simplest mechanism also. Java-D WebDriver.gecko.driver, gecko driver path, immediately -d WebDriver Chrome.driver, Chrome driver path, Selenium jar file, role as WebDriver, and hub details on some port number. In one command, you can configure multiple nodes like this. Individually also you can configure multiple nodes also, multiple browsers also you can configure on one node. Okay, now it is available to execute. The previous one, leave it. Firefox. Let me run this now. Let me check what is the issue. Session not created, unable to create a new session gecko driver service. Unable to create new service gecko driver service. One moment. Let me check for the Chrome. It's running successfully on the Chrome. It's launching my RNHRM application on the Chrome. It executed successfully on the Chrome browser, but Gecko driver, maybe I'll check the Gecko driver version I downloaded and I'm using. It executed successfully on the Chrome browser. When I refresh the grid console, see one Chrome instance was utilized. But what is the problem with the Gecko driver? Let me check. First of all, let me check which version of the Firefox I'm using. I'm using Firefox 85. Maybe the Gecko driver I'm using the old one, I think. Gecko driver version 29. This I'm putting in my C drive. Selenium work. It's already there. Yes.
Screen not properly visible.
Ma? Gecko driver. Just a minute. This Gecko driver is the old one, I think. It's already I'm using here, right? Here. Now this will be deleted. Somewhere I'm using it. Just give me a minute. It's using it. I put in some other folder, test folder. I put this in the test folder, latest version. The Gecko driver path I will change. No, it is in the test folder. Refresh it. Refresh. Actually, if you have a networking environment, you don't get any kind of issues. Now, this time I'm running on the Chrome. There's no issue with the Chrome. Perfectly, it is running on the Chrome. I have the code only launched the application. See here, the RNHRM application is getting launched on the Chrome.
Sir, share the screen.
I already shared my screen. Now, my screen is visible too, right? Visible to everybody, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
From my end, it is clear.
Okay.
Now I want to run on the Firefox. The Firefox, there are some settings. Any security settings? Let me check. It's not allowing me. Okay, let me do this. When I refresh, already one time it was executed on the Chrome. I given Firefox now. Let's give me a try. My system. Session not created. Gecko driver service. Unable to create a new service. Just a minute, I'll have a small check. I think somewhere I made a mistake. Driver dot gecko dot driver equal to gecko driver dot exe. I'll do one thing, friends, as of now, the basic concept is understood to you, right? Only we have some issue with the Gecko driver. And let me check out where I'm getting the problem and I continue tomorrow, okay? And see that tomorrow you are attending the session by 7 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
See, only there is a problem with the Gecko driver. The remaining concept, everything, whatever we learned is clear. Let me check where I am getting the issue with the Gecko driver service. Clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this notepad also I'll upload in our drive. Great notes. Okay, so only there is a problem with the Gecko service. I'll check where is the problem I'm getting. Then tomorrow I'll extend the discussion how to execute the test cases simultaneously. See, first what I'm doing, I'm testing with a single browser at one shot. Actually, my requirement, I want to run the test cases simultaneously, not one by one. First, in order to confirm my configuration correct or not, I'm running with the individual browsers, but I'm getting a problem with the Firefox. If this problem will be rectified, I'll change this code to run the test cases simultaneously on different browsers. Okay? Right, friends. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night.